Thrilled that you're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a warm St. Louis welcome to Ron Jackson.
Ooh, thank you very much. Thank you, man. Can anybody guess what that song was called? Okay. Okay. That was actually a song that I recorded on my first 7-string album called Standards and Other Songs. And that was Van Morrison's, The Lucky Irishman's song called Moon Dance. It's actually a really cool song because it's already a jazz song, actually, but it was very popular as a pop song, even though it was a swing-style jazz. And so that was my first record on this instrument, which is called the 7-string guitar. Now, has any of you seen a 7-string guitar player before? No? You probably have seen them, but they never talk about it. That's why I particularly picked this album. On my new album here, I particularly take a picture, and on the cover, I'll show you this. So I actually got these vinyls made just right before I went on tour, and it says right in the front, 7-string jazz guitar, because no one would notice the guitar if I just had me holding a guitar. But if you look carefully, there's 7 pegs on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And no one would notice that. And so I'm trying to bring more recognition to the instrument. So just so you know, people don't know about this, but this is actually an extra string on the bottom here. So it sounds exactly like the bass, the double bass that you see holding up. It's the same pitch as a 3rd string, okay? But theirs is the instrument's much bigger than mine, but it's still, on this is the same pitch. So I'm trying to get people to know about this instrument more. So we'll talk more about that later. But I'm going to continue now with another song, and this is off my new album. And this is about a song about walking down the street in New York City, and someone's walking behind you, either who you don't know, and it's called Walk Fast. Thank you very much. Thank you. Corey Rouse on the drums. Yes. Give him a big hand. Kyle Kohler on the Hammond organ. Yes. And I'm Ron Jackson on the 7-string guitar. Thank you. Thank you. So that's actually on my new album, that song. And just so you know, I just found out my album is chart bound on the Jazz Week radio charts. Yeah, thank you. And it's number 15 in the college radio jazz charts in the United States as well. Number 15. Yeah, so my album was actually, I'd like to thank everybody here for coming out. This is actually my my CD release tour. And I started working on this last June about making sure I'm performing and touring while my album is actually playing on the radio. So if you have a radio station, please request my songs, request my album, so people, so you could bring me up to number 1 if you could, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. So yeah, and most of the time when people are release a record, they're not on tour. So I specifically did that, and everything came true. So also, I'd like to also thank South Arts and Jazz Road. They actually gave me a touring grant to bring this part of the tour and bring my band from New York. So give them a big hand too. Yeah. And I was actually wanted to get that. This is only, I'm on tour for a month actually. They're only covering the first week, unfortunately. So then I'm going to be on my way all the way west. I'm going to Omaha, Kansas. I was trying to get to Colorado, but I'm going to be also playing in California, and then I'm playing in Oregon with a wonderful band. And so I'm really happy about my tour like that, and being able to play while my album's playing on the radio. So we'd like to bring up the person that helped me discover the Blue Strawberry. A really great person, and she's going to sing a song with us. And let's give a big hand for vocalist Katie McGrath. Time after time. How are you doing, Katie?
I'm so excited. I'm here, but I'm really excited you're here, and I'm really excited you're all here. Thank you. And I want to tell you how I met Ron. He didn't ask me to say this, but I'm going to anyway. Chet and I just moved. I was raised here. I just moved back here from New York, and I met Ron while we were both volunteering for an organization called Music on the Inside. And it's run by a wonderful lady who started up the Jazz at Lincoln Center program. And because of her contacts with folks like Ron and Wynton Marsalis and Arturo O'Farrell and others, they bring classes, music classes, into the prisons and have one-on-one and group classes with incarcerated men and women, just to give them something beautiful inside of them to hold on while they're going through such a difficult time. And through COVID now, as a result, we're doing things online. It's not quite the same, but we're also getting deeply involved with people in the reentry process, which is when you really need a friend and you really need a hand up. So I want to salute Ron for the work that he has done in this work. So thank you, my friend. Okay. He also asked me to sing a ballad because I'm afraid these guys, their heads are going to explode. They're going at such a fast pace. They're going to start levitating or spinning around. So here we go. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. I'm so lucky to be the one you come to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. These passing years will show. You've kept my life so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky, lucky to be loving you. That these passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. Said time after time, you'll hear me say that I'm so goddamn lucky to be loving you.
Katie McGrath, yes, special guest. We're going to have some more surprises soon, too. So nice. I love that tune. So we're going to continue now with another original composition. Actually, we're going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to play one of my favorite jazz standards, and this is called will you still be mine? Just so you know, everybody, this is off my all the material tonight, practically all of it, is on my new album, and I'll be signing CDs and vinyls for you at the very end, just so you know. Yeah, yeah. Just so you know, it's weird. I decided to release vinyls because everybody really likes vinyls, and they've been selling like hotcakes. So I actually had to reorder vinyls and get them shipped to our house today. I've only been on tour for like 4 days, almost ran out. So yeah, it's weird. So yeah, everybody wants a vinyl, and you know, since like the last 4 or 5 years, especially during the pandemic, and it takes about 8 months to a year to manufacture. But I got lucky. In Jersey, I found somebody that did it in about a month. Can you believe it? The Jersey Shore. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, yeah, that was great. That was great. We're giving Corey Rawls on the drums. Give him a big hand. That's a fun arrangement. You know, actually, I made that arrangement just for 7-string guitar because I'm playing a lot of these notes like this. So that's really a 7-string thing. And the guy I studied with that got me to 7-string guitar was Bucky Pizzarelli. And he actually, unfortunately, passed away at the beginning of COVID from COVID. And I really miss him. He's a really great guy. He got me into playing 7-string, so I'd like to thank him very much. Just give him a big hand. So I'd like to make a few mentions before I bring up another special guest. I'd like to thank Mr. Warren Harper from City Jazz Sessions here in St. Louis. He's filming tonight, and he's a really great guy. He's one of my album sponsors. It's funny. When I did my album, I had a lot of I had a fundraiser for the album, and also I have a lot of sponsors. So he's one of them, and I have a bunch of them, like City Jazz Sessions. Another company is Cremona. I'm going to talk about them right now. And so, just so you know, everybody, see this guitar right here? This guitar is going to be given away Cremona Guitar is one of my major sponsors on this tour, and they're out of Bulgaria, and I've been working with them for the last 10 years. They're one of the only companies in the world that makes a 7-string nylon string guitar. I actually have one of their, they make a 7-string version of this. So this is actually a giveaway. So if you want to win this guitar, you just, it's simple, just go to Instagram. On Instagram, this is worth about $1,000. This is a Cremona Whye guitar, okay? And just go to Instagram to Ron Jackson Music right now, and just look for the the picture of the guitar like this, okay? And just follow the rules. All you have to do is follow Cremona USA, okay? And tag a few friends on there. You'll see that what people have done. There's a lot of people that have actually entered the contest. Okay, and on March 25th, when I'm playing in Berkeley, California, I'm going to make the announcement, and on Instagram. Okay. So this is a great guitar. This company is actually taking me to Bulgaria, where they're from, and actually I played in they're in a small town called Kazanlak, or something like that. Anyway, and oops, I don't want to drop this. So, and I went to see the factory. They have this huge factory where they make all these guitars and violins and everything. And it was really an honor. And I played one of their festivals called the Three Kings Festival, back before COVID. I call that BC, before COVID. So 2017 BC. So that's when I played there. So. Yeah. So if you want to enter that contest, also I have a discount code for the tour. It's RJ10, and you can save 10% at CremonaUSA.com. This is my PSA, okay? So thank you. So we'd like to bring up another special guest vocalist over here. And I've met her. I've actually was on their show, City Jazz Sessions, with Warren Harper, and she's one of the hosts there. And we'd like to bring up she performs here regularly to herself, Miss Leica. Yay!
Fly me to the moon. All right, so we're gonna just do. Anytime someone asks me to sing something, I'm like, "Fly me to the moon." Everybody knows that, right? So I do have like a little joke about it. I always say like, "Don't ask me if I want to go to dinner. If you want to take me somewhere, fly me to the moon." But these guys are awesome. Corey, Kyle, Ron, you guys sound amazing. I'm having a fun time listening to you. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. this song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, oh, in other words, in other words, I love you. Thank you, guys.
Let's give a big hand for Leica again. Yeah. Thank you, Leica. So we're gonna slow it down just a little bit. I'm gonna play a song that's on my new album, original composition that I composed with my lovely wife over there, Michelle. Let's give her a big hand. She's also our tour manager and publicist and everything. And this is a song called "She Is Love." Okay, well, thank you very much. Let's bring up Miss Katie McGrath again. Yay! Special guest. And she can explain this song to you right now. The next one.
My fella and I, Chet Whye, just became engaged over the thank you. And I realized that between us, this will be the 5th engagement that we have had together, and not together, but all together, and which Oscar Wilde would have described as the triumph of optimism over experience. But it's a different thing, you know, when you're talking about spending the rest of your life with someone when you're 67. You know, it's like that could be Thursday, right, or whatever. Versus when people are young and taking this leap of faith together. And the song is a war song, actually, a war ballad. And it reminded me of a story that I read. I'm sure you've been reading them too, about the people who are separated in Ukraine. And there was a young couple who became engaged over the holidays, just like Chet and I did. And just last weekend, they were separated at the border. He dropped her off at the train and station, and she came through to Poland, and she received word that he had been killed by mortar fire. Yeah. One dream in my heart, one love to be living for, one love to be living for. This nearly was mine. One man for my dreams, one promise of paradise. This promise of paradise, this nearly was mine. Close to my heart he came, only to fly away, only to fly like day flies from moonlight. Now I'm alone, still dreaming of paradise, still saying that paradise once nearly was mine. Close to my heart he came, only to fly away, only to fly like day, flies like moonlight. Now I'm alone, still dreaming of paradise, still saying that paradise once nearly was mine. Thank you. Thank you.
Such a beautiful song. That song was from the movie South Pacific, and the person that taught me this song actually was Bucky Pizzarelli. He actually was in World War II, and this is one of his favorite 7-string arrangements on the guitar, and it's actually on my on this album, Standards in My Songs. And it's, the words are, I love the melody, but the words are particularly beautiful. So thank you, Kate. Very great rendition. Yes. So we'll continue with another song from the record. And actually, we're going to funk it up a little bit. Funk, I said. Funk. Thank you very much. That was actually a Charlie Parker tune called "Moose the Mooch," but I actually learned that bass line. It's like a hip hop groove bass line. I'm into all styles of music, but that actual bass line was from a Broadway show that I used to play on Broadway, and I actually came to St. Louis years ago with this show called "Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk." That starred Savion Glover, the tap dance kid, and that was one of their lines on the show. Is that bass line? It was like the first song of the show was that line. I said, "Wow, I got to use that in a song. Why not? You know?" Yeah. So that's on my new album. So everybody, we're going to do a couple more songs, but let's give a big hand for this wonderful band, Mr. Corey Rouse on drums. Mr. Kyle Kohler on the Hammond organ, yeah. And I'm Ron Jackson on the 7-string guitar. I'd like to thanks so much Mr. Jim Dolan, the owner of the club here. He's a great guy. And for, supporting live music. I know that this club particularly does, it's funny, I play all styles of music, so I play a lot of cabaret as well. I know this place is known as a cabaret kind of place, but I think you guys like jazz here too, don't you? You. It's like, yeah. Yeah, and I'd like to thank, my friend Richard Miller, who was out in California. So Katie was explaining earlier that, we work with this program called Music on the Inside, and we work with Alina Bloomgarden. She's actually the person that founded Jazz at Lincoln Center. So she asked me to do some work, in the prison system. So I've done actual work with inmates, these really young men that can't afford to even, we don't know what's wrong, but sometimes they can't even afford to get out for a simple infraction. And I've worked in Rikers Island before, and I've been to other prisons too and done a lot of work over the years, like Sing Sing. That's a famous prison you hear about in the movies. I've actually been in that prison, worked with inmates who are like in for life, and we're working we're like this in the same room. You know what I mean? So you don't know what they actually did. So it's like it's really an amazing experience. So I really enjoyed doing that work, and I'd like to thank so much Katie McGrath as well for her hospitality and everything, and introducing me to Jim, and Mr. Warren Harper, of course. Yes. One of my album sponsors and a great guy. He's been trying to get me out here for years. And Leica over there, thank you, Leica. Yes. And my wife, Michelle, over there. And just so you know, I forgot to mention. I got to show you guys this. It's kind of weird, but here, take a look. Wrong show, guys. So these are my these are my 7-string Guitar Hero shirt. They're really popular shirts if you want to pick one up over there too. And also I have my 6-string Guitar Hero shirts. So you have to guess the names of these guys. But they're really great. These are great. My fans love these. So if you want to pick up those after, when we're done in a few minutes, I'll sign them for you if you like. And again, let's bring up Miss Katie McGrath. Yes, and we're gonna do a famous song that you might have heard of. And that's all it's our first cut on my album. Okay, let's put my shirt back on. I feel secure now.
Thank you. There's a poem a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day, and the sailors pass their time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, hey, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and rhyme. They say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Oh, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. And Brandy wears a braided chain where to find a silver from the north of Spain. It's a locket that bears the name of the girl that Brandy loves. He came on a summer's day, bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he would not stay. The harbor was his home. He said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Now Brandy used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor story. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She felt its raging glory, but he had always told the truth. Now he was an honest man. And Brandy does her best to understand. when the bars close down, she walks through that silent town, loves that man who's not around. She still can hear her say, she loves that man who's not around. She can't hear him say, she says, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my lady, is the sea. Oh, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my lady,
Katie McGrath, thank you, Katie. Kyle Kohler on the Hammond organ. Corey Rouse on the drums. Ron Jackson on the 7-string guitar, thank you. And Leica singing on the song, yes. Warren Harper and the friends and Jim Dolan. Thank you very much, everybody. The wonderful sound man and the crew and the staff. Please treat them right and tip them well. And thank you for watching, everybody. And I'm hoping to come back to St. Louis again in the fall. And so we'll see you guys back here soon, okay? And have a great week and a weekend. And I'll see you guys very soon.